Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Leader Lab. This is Leadership Shorts, quick thoughts to help you level up your leadership. My name is Chad Wright. I'm the founder of Forward Partners, and I am joined, as always, by my partner in podcasting, Emily Grace Deal. Emily Grace Deal, what are we talking about today?
Well, today we're talking about, we just came back from a break in July. Took a whole month off for your sabbatical.
Yep.
And we, from that break, had a moment of thinking about what we're doing with the Leader Lab and kind of the direction we're working in. And that we might need to take a break.
Which is funny for somebody who just got off of a month-long break to say,
a bigger break.
I need a bigger break. No, it's funny how when you get time to disconnect and you get time to enjoy some quiet and to be creative in some different ways, your brain has time to really start working on things.
Right.
And it has time to start kind of working on some background functions that we don't normally let it do. And one of the revelations, I think I kind of came to this epiphany. I was like, I don't know that we have the capacity to do what we want with the Leader Lab.
Right.
And that's something we've been feeling for a while because for a long time, we were releasing 2 episodes every week, which required a ton of work. Every couple months, we were having days where for a full day, we filmed 20 episodes. That was a hard rhythm. That was not necessarily sustainable.
Yeah, it worked, but for how long?
And we finally hit a wall, and we're like, okay, we can't quite do that. Because in the middle of that, we also introduced our other show, Leading Thriving Cities, which has really kind of gained some traction. We're starting to get a lot of people really latch onto that show and really enjoy it.
Doing
and so
a lot of really cool things.
It was a second show we were producing. And so we decided we're going to cut back to once a week. And we basically decided we're going to record twice a year. And even then, we're struggling.
Right.
Even then, only having two days a year committed to this.
Well, I think what we found in putting it to 2 recordings a year is that it got actually less of our attention because we had less need to it be on our plate. And so we just kind of didn't give it all of the love that it needed all the time.
Yeah, we didn't. And ultimately, in that process of doing that, we kind of came to that realization, like, we don't have the capacity to do this incredibly well because this is just what we've done so far. The original idea for Leader Lab was it's a lab. It's a place to experiment, to try new things. And so, you might get 4 Leadership Shorts episodes in a row, and then we do a series on something specific. And we've had this idea forever doing like Enneagram and pop culture and kind of talking through that. There's people I want to interview. There's different series we want to create.
Right. And with questions from people that would be a part of that, and that we could have a fun episode for whatever purpose, like to answer whatever question they had. We could figure out the best way to do that, and that would be a part of it.
And I loved that idea. And to really do that well is going to take serious commitment. And right now, we don't necessarily have that. We've talked on, I don't know if it was this show or other shows or whatever, but we've talked about the fact that this year, we're doing about 2 to 3 times the business we were doing last year in terms of what we do to serve our clients.
Right.
That has been a huge shift. Poor Emily bringing the vibes over here. She's bringing some stressed out vibes because she is in charge of managing my schedule, and I'm starting to travel more out of state, and it's a lot. And so that has eaten up far more time. Leading Thriving Cities, we increased the cadence on that from every 2 weeks to every week.
Right.
And that's an interview show. It requires a lot more work. It's a lot more
planning, scheduling, behind the scenes.
And scheduling and having some really great conversations. So that's on the plate. And in the middle of all this, we've been writing a book. And so that was kind of the thing for July, was take a sabbatical. And we're now referring to it as a creative sabbatical because there was a ton of rest, a ton of time off. There's also a lot of writing.
Also, you wrote a lot.
I wrote a lot of words. I mean, I think when I started the sabbatical, the book was at, I want to say, 10 to 15,000 words. And the first draft ended up at 40,000 words. And so that was a lot of writing.
Yeah, you're texting us how many words you're writing a day. And I'm like, what?
My editor she was like, I've never known somebody to write this fast. So it doesn't mean any of it's good. It just means it exists on a document somewhere. It got out of here and onto there. And that's the first step. And now Ilana, our editor, is going to go in and start to chisel away at that in probably a very good and needed way. And we'll figure out what we need to add to it and what we need to do. But that's been a big undertaking. That has been something we've kind of been working on. I've been actively working on it since last fall. I've been noodling around on it and really playing with it for a couple of years, but really actively working on it since last fall. And that takes up bandwidth. We just had a very long meeting the other day where we planned out, what does the launch look like? What do we have to do between first draft is done and there is a physical book in people's hands? It was a lot. Like, it was honestly kind of an overwhelming amount of things.
Yeah, I'm excited, and it's a little daunting. It's
it is
hand in hand.
Yes, and we've got the team. We've got you doing all the design. We've got the illustrator hired. We've got the editor hired. We're figuring out how we're going to launch this, what we're going to do with it. Y'all talked me out of doing a really high end, like, hardcover printing on the edges, like special edition, beautiful, super limited edition. Like, y'all talked me out of starting with
which
that,
is hard because we're really book nerdy people. We're buying the special editions.
Absolutely. And so y'all talked me out of that, which is good. We'll probably eventually do that, but we're not going to start there. We're going to start with a nice, soft cover, easier to consume kind of a thing, easier to buy for lots of people on your team kind of a thing. And so we're excited about that. But again, through the end of the year, that's going to take a tremendous amount of bandwidth. We were just talking about the fact that I think we're pretty much booked through the end of the year. We have a few dates left in November, December, but those are going to go quick. So all that to say, we got a lot happening. And in that lot happening, we're proud of all of it. And it's all good, but it doesn't allow us the space to do the Leader Lab correctly.
Right.
And so we want it to be more variety. We want to be different things, and we want to try stuff and have fun with it and experiment and still do leadership shorts. Like,
it'll still be mixed in.
Yes. This when this comes out, I guess our previous 6 episodes we recorded will have already been released, and I hope y'all have all viewed those. I went through and watched all 6 last night, and they're really good. I'm really proud of them.
We're pretty funny.
And if we do say so ourselves,
don't mind
we're
us.
Friggin' hilarious. By the way, a little side note, we were like, how do we start this episode? And Emily goes, hey, I'm Emily. The Leader Lab's dying. So we decided not to do that, but you get that little Easter egg
panic.
right there.
Now people are going to panic.
Don't panic. Here's what I'll tell you. The Leader Lab will be back. We want to keep things coming out monthly just to keep the feed alive. And so one of the things we're doing is Emily, bringing the vibes, is going to work with John and go back through and really kind of look at all the content we've created. We got almost 200 episodes of Leader Lab. We have 50 episodes almost of Leading Thriving Cities. That's a lot of leadership content. And there are things in Leading Thriving Cities that I think every leader needs to hear, not just about public service. It's a great library
of stuff.
It's such a good library. And so I think we can take and create some themed episodes and say, here's one with multiple little pieces that are about vulnerability or about sustainability or whatever it is. So we want those to come out once a month. We're not promising that, but that's our plan currently.
Big goal.
Between, keeping me on the right flights and moving to the right events, we'll see if we got the bandwidth for that. We want to do that once a month through at least next May. Next May is when the book launches, which I just in a Leading Thriving Cities episode we just recorded with somebody.
You're giving a date.
I mentioned that, and the two of y'all just kind of horrified looked at each other.
My eyes doubled its size.
It's public now. We're about to. It's there. It's in stone. We're gonna do this, and so. The Leader Lab will be back next May at the earliest, and we'll do a series on the book. We'll do a series on, I think we want to do kind of a behind the scenes episode to really dig into like the process. And because I find those things very interesting. And we want to do a little bit of navel gazing and be like, here's what we did. And we're really proud of it. Is that an old person phrase?
I don't know what that term is either.
Multiple times today, I have used weird terms that nobody seems to know what they mean except me and the other person I'm interviewing. So, navel gaze. It's when you're looking at your own belly button. So you're just.
That seems like a good term.
I would love if the phrase navel gazing is the thing that finally gets me canceled. We're gonna look internally at what we're doing.
We're not gonna make it a hashtag.
We want to have a really great episode just to kind of dig into the why of writing a book and the experiences we've had that have led to this point that we said, you know what, it's time, let's do this. We want to do a series really kind of walking through the core ideas of the book. So much of this has been developed over the years of Forward Partners, being in the trenches with people and doing the work and seeing life change and growth. And we're super excited about it. And so at some point, probably in the next couple months, we'll probably do kind of a cover reveal thing and show people what it's going to look like. And it'll be available for pre-order, which is really odd.
I'm so excited.
The idea that we can't do that I really want to do is, famous authors below their name on the book. It says New York Times bestselling author. And my question was, can it say Chad Wright, New York Times subscriber? We just hope that all they see is New York Times. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to buy that now. I think we'd get sued, so we're not going to do that. But yeah, we'll be back in May with that series. My guess is after that, we'll take another break because, again, we don't want to come back regularly until we're sure we can do this the way we want to, which is with some variety, with some new ideas, some new things. And so
we can promise you we'll keep coming back.
We'll keep coming back.
You're not going to kill this
show. This show is the zombie of podcasts.
More accurately, the Leader Lab is not dying.
And if it does, it will be resurrected as a zombie, is what we're deciding here. If
you've made it this far.
Tony Moline, I know you're still listening. So ultimately, it will be back in May for a brief series, and then probably back next fall is my guess, pretty regularly with a plan. We've talked about doing these creative sabbaticals every July now because we survived. Like the company made it with a month without me involved deeply, and without a bunch of events and revenue coming in. Like we were able to navigate that.
Right.
And it was really valuable for me personally. It was really valuable in terms of creating
we got a lot
content.
Done.
Yeah. And so one of the things we're talking about is maybe next July, the focus is on creating essentially a year's worth of Leader Lab content. And that would allow us to come back in a really, really powerful way. Because I think there's something really special in Leader Lab. And I don't know that it's ever gained the audience traction that we would like it to, but I think the potential's there.
Right.
And so I'm really excited about this.
Well, and I think with that in mind, we can also, like, if you have ideas and things that you think would be cool that you want to know, that's always been and can always be for this too. So absolutely.
So I think that's where we're going to land this plane is we will be back. Look for some semi-regular content and then a short burst and then regular content next fall is kind of what we're looking at for now. We'll keep you guys updated if it changes. We're definitely going to be talking to you a lot about the book. We're super excited about that. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm really proud of it, where it sits today, and I'm really proud of what it's going to become once the whole team really digs in and awesome. Contributes to it. So it's going to be a good. All right. If people want to send us emails and say, hey, don't go away, please, we love you, or good riddance, whatever they want to send, where do they send that to?
To lab@forwardpartners.net.
Lab@forwardpartners.net. If they want to find us on LinkedIn exclusively, where we are focusing all our social media effort, where do they find us on there?
You can look for @ForwardPartner.
@ForwardPartner. Emily, thank you for doing this. Thank you for almost 200 episodes of us going back and forth. This has been a pretty
cool journey.
It's been a really cool journey. And I think back to the first time I was like, hey, you want to host a podcast? Yeah. That was such a fun conversation because I'm like, we're going to do this. And it's been a blast. Thank you for doing this. John, Porchlight Productions Vineyard, you have produced the majority of those 200 episodes. Thank you for doing that. We continue to look and sound amazing. Thanks to you. Emily, bringing the vibes. Thank you so much for continuing to do that. I think we may have you talked into coming and doing
we're gonna get Emily on
a book episode with us. So we're excited about that. We just got y'all can't see this or hear this, but we just got an affirmative head shake.
Yeah, a confident nod.
A confident nod. She's committed. Listen, all of y'all that have downloaded an episode, shared an episode, watched an episode, spent even 5 minutes listening to us talk about leadership means the world. It genuinely does. Thank you so much for doing that. We are going to be here for you long into the future, and we are so excited about that journey. We'll see you next time right here in the Leader Lab for a lot of different things.